We will continue to be out in these streets until our demands are met.
To those on Southeast Stark Street near Ventura Park, this remains a riot. Immediately leave to the east.
The revolution has just been living and breathing, I mean, you know, since colonialism started. So, you know, I'd say that we have to stop reacting to revolution as if it's new.
This remains a riot. All persons immediately leave the area by pushing to the floor. Failure to adhere to this order will subject you to arrest, citation, or...
Use your words. What is going on?
We need to know.
Who are you?
Why are you taking?
NLG will get you out. What's your name? Tell us your name.
What's your name?
Okay, you're fine. We'll get you out.
Bro, what? Alright,
We got you, friend.
we got you.
Oh, fuck.
NLG. NLG. NLG.
Birds aren't real. The government, they're drones.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
We heard chirping and that's where it took us.
Birdsaren'treal.com.
It's a real thing.
People hear me? Yeah. So I only have about 3 minutes or so to a quick Know Your Rights training. There's 3 basic rules that people should follow when they're being targeted by the police. 1, don't trust the police. The police can legally lie to you. They can legally try to trick you, and they're trained to do so. So you can't know if someone's a cop simply because they've been protesting with you. Maybe you've seen them commit a crime next to you. Maybe they've asked you. Maybe they look cool. Maybe you look at them and say, are you a police officer? Are you a police officer? Are you a police officer? And they look at you and say, no. That's not a good test. You can't trust the police. Legally, they can lie to you. Legally, they can trick you. In fact, they're trained to do so. 2, don't talk to the police. If a police officer comes up and wants to talk to you, the safest thing to do is and I want to see a lawyer. That's what you say legally the safest thing to do whenever a police officer won't let you walk away. For example, if you're under arrest, they won't let you walk away. So if they have any questions for you, the safest thing to say to them is, I'm going to remain silent and want to see a lawyer. If you've been arrested and you've taken into a small room and the detectives want to ask you questions, what's legally the safest thing to say?
I'm going to remain silent and I want to see a lawyer.
Right? In any situation, let's say you're at your house and they come and knock on the door. Legally, you don't have to open your door. If they have a warrant, they'll kick in the door. That's how you know they'll have a warrant. Or at least they'll think that they have a warrant. They don't knock on the door anymore and say, hey, we have a warrant, open up. Instead, you're sitting on your couch and they just kick open your door. And you may think, oh, I bet they think they have a warrant. If they come up to you, you don't have to open your door. The cops and the feds have been going to activist house in the last few weeks in Portland and knocking on the door. If you look out of your house and you see a cop, legally the safest thing to do, don't open the door. If they say anything to you through the door, like open it up, this is your one chance. What do we remember from our first rule? They can lie to you and they can trick you. Don't trust them. Legally the safest thing to do is not to talk to them. If you do open your door on accident and they're there, what do? You say, sorry, you can't talk right now. You try to shut your door and walk away. They won't let you do that. What do you say to them? You say, I'm going to remain silent and I want to see a lawyer. Say both of them. Don't just say something like, hey, I don't want to talk to you right now. Because they'll say something like, oh, I don't want to talk to you either, but I have to. It's my job. It's almost as if they're trained to say bullshit like that. Instead, what you're supposed to say is in clear language. You invoke your right to remain silent and right to see an attorney. The reason that you do that, the clear reason that you do that is so that you're invoking both your right to an attorney and right to be silent, because that way they can no longer talk to you. Okay, last but not least, don't let them search you. If they want to search you in any regard, what do? You say, I do not consent to that search. I do not consent to a search. What doesn't matter what sort of search. Search of your phone, search of your wallet, search of your backpack, search of your house, search of your car. All you say is I do not consent to a search.
They'll ask if there's something sharp in your bag to get it.
time they want to search you, what you say is, I do not consent to a search. The reason they do that, in order to search you, they need a warrant or a warrant exception. The most important warrant exception they use all the time is consent. So what you can do, you can deny them consent. That doesn't mean they won't search you, just means that maybe if they find something, they can throw it out. And quite frankly, you also don't want to consent because you don't know what you have in your wallet. Anyone here that has a pocket knife that swings out that's in your pocket, that could be a crime under Oregon law. You may not know that. If anyone here has prescription drugs, where you don't have your prescription drugs in your little thing like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that could be a crime. You don't know what you have on you, what is a crime and what's not a crime. They've made so many things a crime that folks cannot safely consent. Also, we know from our first rule, don't trust them. You would not want to consent to be searched by someone that you don't trust. So, our 3 basic rules. Don't trust the cops, don't believe what they say. They can lie to you and they can trick you. Rule 2, don't talk to them. If they won't let you walk away, like you're in jail, or they're harassing you, or you're being detained, all you look at them and say, I'm going to remain silent and want to see a lawyer. Don't say, am I being detained? Because you know you're being detained because they haven't let you walk away. And if you ask if I'm being detained, what's that? That's a conversation. What you do not want to have with the police. You do not want to begin a conversation with the police. So what you'd say is you shut that conversation down. You say, I'm going to remain silent and I want to see a lawyer. And if they want to search anything on you, they want to look at the soles of your feet, they want to look at your phone, they want to look at your wallet, they want to look at your backpack, you say, I do not consent to a search. And you shut the fuck up. Love you.
All right, you guys, we're gonna get going. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Solidarity with the revolution in Rojava from members of the industrial workers of the world.
My name is May. I stand in solidarity with the women's revolution in Rojava. Biji Rojava.
From the Pacific Northwest Social Ecology Retreat to Rojava, we send revolutionary greetings. Biji, Biji, Rojava, free, free, free Kobani. Biji, Biji, Rojava, free, free, free Kobani.
Secretary Carter, have you ever heard of the PYD?
I have, yes.
Have you heard of the YPG?
I've heard of them also.
Who are they?
Another Kurdish group.
Aren't they the military wing of the PYD?
They are, yes.
Is that right, General Dunford?
That is correct.
They're a leftist Syrian Kurdish political party founded in 2003. Reports indicate that they're aligned or at least have substantial ties to the PKK. Is that true?
Yes, we have a...
Is the PKK a terrorist organization in the eyes of the Turkish government?
The PKK is a terrorist organization not only in the eyes of the Turkish government, but in the eyes of the U.S. government as well.
The PKK has waged an armed campaign against the Turkish state since the early 1980s, killing more than 40,000 people. And the Human Rights Watch says the YPG branch has been involved in several war crimes, which include recruiting and training children as young as 12 years old. But Washington is still training and equipping the group, even though the group has attempted to camouflage itself.
They formally called themselves the YPG, who the Turks would say equated to the PKK. You're dealing with a terrorist enemy of mine. How can you do that, ally? So we literally played back to them, hey, you got to change your brand. What do you want to call yourself besides the YPG? And with about a day's notice, they declared that they were the Syrian Democratic Forces. I thought it was a stroke of brilliance to put democracy in there somewhere.
This is how the SDF celebrated when they cleared Raqqa from Daesh. The man you see in these posters is Abdullah Öcalan, the founder of the PKK.
Okay.
But you know, if you contact us with the contact information that I got you, we can hook you up with them for a post action interview.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, I like that you guys are down here. This is
Yeah.
this is a pretty impressive show of force.
But also, we kind of have to ask you to like stop filming for now. Or
You can't do that.
Okay.
We're in public land, so you know.
But also, we kind of have to ask you to like stop filming for now. Or
You can't do that.
Okay.
Can you give a business card?
I do.
Can I
Who
see
am I
it,
giving
please?
it to?
Can I see your business card? Please?
No.
Why not?
I don't feel like you tell me who you are, and I'll give it to you.
No. Why don't you?
Well, then
tell
I'm
me
not
who
going to
you are?
give it. I'm with the New Times.
Can I see?
I don't have to
What
show
kind of
you
press
anything.
credentials do you have? Right.
This is not a show me your paper state.
You're right.
And you're not law enforcement.
I'm not law enforcement.
So I'm not going to show you anything.
You're right. What I'm going to ask you to do, though, on a friendly level, is for you to stop following us.
No.
I think
I'm
you're
going
gonna
to
need
follow you.
To where?
Wherever you go.
Really?
This is a public space. You were just on a public space, publicly demonstrating.
So
All
if I
right?
call the New Times right now, they're going to tell me that a guy in a salmon-colored shirt's out here videotaping us right now.
Well, no one's at the office right now. If you want a tour, I'll take you down there afterwards.
All I'm trying to tell you is that you're not going to get a good story or get what you want by doing this.
You're not talking to me anyway, so what difference does it make?
I'm asking you right
I've
now.
already got a story because this asshole down here, you know, assaulted me basically.
Really?
So, yeah, so I think that's interesting because usually I'm documenting right-wing hate groups.
Okay.
And I'd be cool with you guys being down here. But the hostility is not cool.
If you cared about right-wing hate groups and stopping them, then you would get out of our face with that phone.
Well, tough shit.
Well, then you don't care about shit besides yourself.
Well, then why don't you wear a mask?
I don't need to wear a mask. I'm not
Okay, then
scared
don't worry
that.
about it.
I think you need to leave it alone, though.
No, I'm not going to leave.
Okay. I'm going to
You going to shoot me?
No, I'm not going to shoot you.
You're going to warn me of what? How are you going to warn me?
I'm just going to warn you that we're not responsible for anything that might happen to that phone.
Oh, I see. So you might break my phone.
I'm not saying anything like
You know, this is Facebook Live.
That's fine.
You're
I'm not
going out.
saying
You're going out
anything.
live.
That's fine.
Through the New
I'm not
Times
saying
site.
anything like that.
They
I'm
already
just saying
saw
you've
this
been getting
guy
really
assault me.
close. You've been getting really close to our group and those elbows, and you're touching
Sure.
us. I'm just saying.
Touching. Oh, this guy running into me was touching.
Oh, I saw you touch people in our group.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
I'm just telling you.
Maybe
right
we
now.
should call the police right now. You want to do that?
I don't think we need to do that.
Do you want to do that? I'm fine with that. You want to do that?
I think you should go home.
I'm not going anywhere.
That's fine.
I have as much right to be here as you do. Probably more. Okay?
Why do you think you have more of a right to be here than
I am the press. And I'm here to document what you're doing.
If you're the press, then you wouldn't be acting so hostile.
You guys started the hostility, all right?
I don't think that's true.
Well, tough shit. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, that's fine. I hope you get a lot of good interviews based on that.
No, you weren't going to give me an interview anyway. She
Not
already
talking
told me
about
that. I don't need to message the board. You know what I mean? I don't know how you know this works. The press, you are in a public place. The press gets to document what you're doing. I'm afraid that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah, of course. That's true.
Well, we live in a free society.
Yeah, I mean, of course, and we understand
right.
that. But we are trying to protect the safety of the identity of our members, and right now,
Then they should put masks on, all right? If that's the big problem. Because I'm doing Facebook Live. You're all on Facebook Live right now.
Are some of our members not wearing
Some of them are. Some of them are wearing masks, and some of them are not.
Exactly. So,
Then if they want to hide their identities, they can.
yeah, I mean that's what we're trying to do. We're trying.
All
'cause,
right.
Like, I mean, you come back to our car, you'll be able to videotape any where we're like a type of car we're driving. We don't want that. That's where we're asking you kindly not.
I am in a
follow us
public.
beyond this point.
I'm in a public space.
I mean, I'm aware, but we're asking you.
This
kindly
person
not
is.
to-
This person's doing it too. One of your people is like filming me. So why shouldn't I film
all
you?
stop.
Why shouldn't I film
We
you?
can all stop right now.
Well, I'm afraid that I'm going to, document your presence here. I'm sorry.
I'm curious.
Because you're heavily armed. You're down here. You're heavily armed. There's no reason to be walking around with these kinds of guns. When the right wingers had their thing 2 weeks ago, I documented that.
Extract. Go.
Hey, how you doing? What's happening?
Hi. Go ahead. Yep. Hi. How you
Hey,
doing?
how you
today?
doing? How you doing? We're gonna walk.
Yeah. Are we?
Yeah, we're gonna walk together.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I'm gonna walk.
See a cop right there?
No, I see.
Okay, give me
How
some
much
distance.
space do you have to have?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine right there.
All right. That's fine. Hurry up.
You guys are such pussies.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you are. Why are you hounding a reporter?
I have no idea who you are, and I know that you're taking pictures of plates.
I wasn't doing that actually to begin with. I was just taking pictures of you guys.
I'd rather not risk it.
Honestly. Well then, you know, you could talk to me politely. You guys didn't want to do that, so tough shit.
I'll talk to you right now. What's up?
What's your name?
I'm not going to give you my name.
Why not?
What's your name?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
My name's Stephen Lemons. I work for the New Times.
That's nice.
I've already given my name to people.
Okay.
They know who I am.
Okay.
Your buddies know who I am.
Okay. I don't.
Really? Well, tough shit.
Awesome.
You guys are so ridiculous. Run! Run!
My name is Rima Gandour. I'm running for Multnomah County Circuit Court Judge. Well, I came to the U.S. at the age of 18. Since college, I graduated, went to law school. I've worked for small firms and medium firms. I've worked for corporations as a county attorney. I've worked with domestic violence victims. I've worked in mental court health. I've also represented and continue to represent plaintiffs and defendants, people from both sides. So that brings a unique aspect where I can look at a case, I can look at an issue and be able to look at actually the facts. I've also been very, very active in the legal community, provided a lot of pro bono services. I've worked with immigration, refugee organizations. One of my goals is to work on alternatives to jail time for people experiencing homelessness and mental health issues. As a judge, my goal in this office is to ensure that everyone has access to justice. I grew up in several countries where justice was not something that was administered by the courts, because these are values that I hold dearly, and I've seen what it means when they are not present. And bringing all of that, what that means, I do have an intersectional lens that I will be bringing to the court, but a big difference is my lens is an active lens. It's something I use every day.